Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today I wanted to showcase the new GT Android 18 that is farmable from the Super Android 17 story saga that is currently available over here on JP. Now, this Android 18 does kind of continue the trend of pretty good free-to-play units. I mean, she's, maybe I don't want to use the term pretty good, but she certainly is like a very interesting unit, right? Like, you know, when you, I guess, historically would think of like free-to-play units, you know, they'd have like very low passives, or they'd have like just really big negatives across these cards, like overall. But now, a lot of times, they're releasing these free-to-play units, and they have, you know, several big-time benefits to them. This 18 isn't really an exception to that. Okay, so this GT Kid Goku, by the way, probably is going to put on a crazy show for us. Because I think he is like 70% in the dupe system or something like that. And he does, of course, have the Shadow Dragon Art category. So he's going to do absolutely monstrous damage in this event. That guy is good. I am actually going to 100% him very soon as well. Yeah, okay, so just over 1 million. Jeez, at like 70%, like he is really able to get to like 1 million pretty easily. Okay, nothing too crazy right there. And then I did want to make sure to use this GT Kid Goku because, of course, you know, Android 18 does come in as part of his super attack animation too, because 18 did help Goku in terms of actually taking down Super 17. It's kind of weird that they released you know, like the Super 17 like story saga, but then they also like at the same time released it along with you know, this Shadow Dragon, like basically the big buff to the Shadow Dragon saga, right? So let's have 18 attack first. She actually does give a slight buff to allies for 1 turn when she supers, so there could be some value in having her super first. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look what our girl's looking like right there. All right, so she rushes in, a little combo, and then a blast. Okay. It's a new super attack, right? A different super attack, even though she's a free-to-play unit, so I do fuck with that. One thing that is very disappointing, though, is, like, I don't give a damn that Android 18, like, you know, she's older in GT, sure, but, like, you can't tell me she's not still deserving of being on the PEPPY GALS category, the sexy girls category. If this bitch Ribrianne could be on the sexy girls category, then you know who else could be on there? My girl Android 18, even in GT. That's exactly who the fuck should be on that category. I need a lot of respect put on Android 18, alright? And then here's my SDR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I actually don't have this guy rainbowed. I'm still missing, I think 2 or 3 dupes for this guy. He does have full abilities, so I'm missing 2 dupes for SCR, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I actually think running him alongside the tech one is like a very kind of good strategy, like for the Pure Saiyan team. It would work out very, very well. Okay. So 18 does get a 70% defensive buff at the start of turn, so she should be a decent defensive unit. Yeah, 24k is not the worst considering she's, what, you know, 1% in the dupe system. And then the Goten and the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, obviously, they'll be able to block a little bit. Unless I would get supered by all of these fuckers, I should be okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm really at any risk here of taking an L, so we'll let 18 stay in that first spot. I guess one of the problems with 18, though, is that she really, in terms of key links, it's either, you know, links she would have to have with, like, an Android 17 card, or GT. But, you know, on Super STR, which is kind of really the only place you can rock her right now, there are a lot of very good GT units, right? You know, you have GT Trunks, who I didn't bring on the team. There's also a unit like Majub. Majub is not a bad unit, even now. Like, Majub is interesting, right? Bad unit, I think, is too strong for him, but maybe, I guess, certainly he would count as outdated. We'll just go ahead and just keep attacking. Yeah, let me pop an item right here, though. I don't use the mono teams very often, but the one good thing is that recently mono teams have been pretty, like, you couldn't find 120% leaders anymore, right? But now that the friend system update has happened, it's pretty reasonable to be able to find, you know, Angel Tech Goku, Int Gogeta, you know, even finding like Super Saiyan 3 Broly didn't really give me that much trouble, because this friend update, like, it's very good. It's very good. So that certainly will help out units that don't have categories, because before, okay, leading into Tech Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I think I'm actually going to do this, but before, you know, if a unit didn't have a category, it was very difficult to use them, right? And this GT18, unfortunately, she does not have a category because, you know, she doesn't have the PEPPY GALS. There is no Super 17 Saga, and there also is no Android Saga as of right now, right? Like, I do think she would be on the Super Android 17 Saga, and she also would get that, what do I want to call it? The Android category. Now, the Android category, wait, did I say Android Saga or Android category? I meant to say Android category, but I really, really badly want to see that Android category come to fruition, because there's so many, like, new Cell cards and stuff, and I want to see, like, how Super 17 would work. There's just a lot of facets of that category that I would just like to test out. Like, I really want to see a Frieza category, like a Frieza family category, you know, get, like, King Cold, Chilled, Cooler cards, Frieza cards, and then, of course, also the Android category. So that way, all of those units can get, like, nice little buffs here. I think I'm actually gonna prioritize my boy Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta here, get him a little defensive action, and I'm not really gonna worry about the others here. We'll let the GT Kid Goku super attack. Why not, right? Because after all, that Kid Goku, I did rainbow. Usually, I don't mind rainbowing units too much if they're units that I'm gonna be using frequently, right? So, like, that Kid Goku, you know, he's such a good support unit. I do oftentimes use him, so I don't mind rainbowing him. Or, like, you know, the Int Metal Cooler, you know, you guys might know I recently did rainbow him as well. So that's kind of how I go towards, like, using orbs nowadays. If it's a unit I'm going to use, I don't mind putting the orbs into him. But if it's a unit I'll never use, maybe not so much. You know, it's sort of, I guess, how I look at it. Okay, so I'm going to use a King Yama right here. Just to be safe, because our girl Android 18, if she did get super attacked, that could be GG for us, just because of how ridiculously hard Tech Super Saiyan 4 Goku does hit, like, around here. But at the same time, this Kid Goku, this should be a massive shot. Wow, only a crit for 600,000, even though he's a part of the no, he's not a part of the Shadow Dragon arc, of course. Wait, wait, what? Of course, I got my full power category and then the Shadow Dragon arc category. I got those mixed up. That the units that do ridiculous damage against Tech Super Saiyan 4 Goku are Shadow Dragon arc units, whereas this Kid Goku, you know, he technically is part of the Super Android 17 Saga category. That's why he doesn't have one yet. Now, remember, I do think they are going to bring all of those types of categories into the game at some point, by the way. Like, you know, we'll see a Cell Saga category. We'll see I don't know that we'll see an Android Saga category, because they might count that as a Cell Saga, right? But yeah, same thing with, like, the Frieza Saga. We're probably not going to see a Frieza Saga category either, because I think they would just count that as the Namekian category. But, you know, we could see many other ones. You know, we'd see the Super Android 17 arc category. We could see a Baby Saga arc category. A lot of different arc categories still to be brought into the game. Those, I think, would be some of the most interesting ones, too, because, you know, you're going to have such an interesting mix of, like, the villains from that saga as well as, like, the main heroes. Like, they are able to make it. GT will make it work better than the other arcs because of the fact that all of the units in GT will have the GT link, right? That's what helps, like, Omega Shenron link up so well with all the Super Saiyan 4s and stuff. But, alright, before we finish up, let's go ahead and take a quick look at our girl, Android 18 here. So this is Mournful Fury, Android 18 GT. Of course, she's very upset because Krillin is killed by one of the androids during the saga. Her leader skill is STR type Ki plus 2, HP attack and defense 30%. Not bad for a free-to-play card. Her super attack is the Power Blitz, which does supreme damage to the enemy and raises allies' attack by 30% for 1 turn. So that's a nice little addition that she has there. Her passive skill is Tears of Anger, which is defense 70% at the start of turn. Then she gets an additional 70% attack for 3 turns after being attacked. I guess the only kind of negative thing for 18 here is that it's such a short amount of time, right? Only 3 turns after she's hit where she's going to be able to do good damage. And then her links are Android Assault, Twin Tears, Battlefield Diva, Infinite Energy, Cold Judgment, and GT. So a lot of links that are going to be very difficult for her to get on Super SCR outside of GT. And she also does have a 130% 12 key multiplier, which is pretty low. And unfortunately, my girl does not have any categories whatsoever. So again, an interesting free-to-play card. Not the best, but still, it's one of these cards in a wave of like better-ish cards, right? Plus, I think like the Hellfighter 17, like the Cell GT cards, the Frieza GT cards, a lot of those units will be valuable once there actually is a Super Android 17 like category arc, right? Once that comes out, then some of these units could actually be like interesting filler options on the team. But all right, guys, I'll go ahead and end it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.